in the silent grip of a world that chips away at your core, voices of doubt echoing in the dark, failures stacking like walls, and emotions raging like unchecked fires. Imagine yourself standing exposed, vulnerable to every slight and setback, wondering if you'll ever break free from the cycle of pain and reaction. You're not alone in this exposure. Thousands like you, navigating the minefields of modern life. The relentless pressures, the betrayals, the inner critics that whisper defeat. Feel that same fragility, the kind that leaves you battered and bowed. But what if you could rewrite that script, reprogramming your mind with the ancient Stoic code to become untouchable, not through avoidance, but through unyielding inner strength, turning every assault into nothing more than a fleeting shadow? Drawn from the forged wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, this isn't a dream. It's a deliberate transformation, a mental overhaul that builds an impenetrable fortress within. Stay with me through this reprogramming ritual, and let the Stoics guide you from fragility to invincibility, where no storm can reach you. As the process begins in the quiet of your mind, feel the first step take hold. Awareness, the Stoic foundation that exposes the patterns of weakness and sets the stage for change. Picture Marcus Aurelius in his tent, journal in hand, observing his thoughts like a general surveying the field as he wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Envision yourself in a similar space, perhaps a dimly lit room at dawn, sitting still, watching the swirl of anxieties and doubts without judgment, identifying the triggers that make you react. It's a raw, unflinching start, this awareness, the pain of seeing how you've let external forces dictate your peace. But Epictetus, with his chains of slavery, taught that we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them, reprogramming vulnerability into the power of observation. Feel the shift as you practice this, the mind beginning to untangle, building the first layer of untouchability, where awareness becomes the shield that deflects the arrows of chaos. Let the reprogramming deepen, moving to the second phase, reframing, where pain and adversity are not enemies but tools for growth, reshaping your perspective with Stoic precision. Seneca, in his Letters from Exile, faced isolation and transformed it into wisdom, writing, "Difficulties are the things that show what men are." Imagine him on that barren shore, reframing his suffering as a path to clarity, and see yourself doing the same. Taking a recent hurt, say a failed endeavor, and viewing it not as a defeat, but as a lesson etched into your resolve. It's a brutal recalibration, this reframing, the struggle of letting go of victimhood. But Marcus Aurelius affirmed, "The obstacle is the way," turning reprogramming into an art of conversion. Picture the scene. You, amidst the clutter of disappointment, mentally flipping the script, and in that act, weakness dissolves, replaced by the unshakable power of a mind that sees opportunity in every trial, fortifying your defenses against emotional storms. As the narrative builds, incorporate the third element, discipline, the daily practice that rewires habits and cements untouchability through consistent effort. Epictetus, enduring his bonds, emphasized, "No man is free who is not master of himself," urging the reprogramming of routines to master impulses. Envision him in his simple life, enforcing self-control amid hardship, and apply that to your own, perhaps starting with a morning ritual of focused breathing or journaling, overriding the pull of distraction. It's a grinding truth, this discipline, the pain of denying short-term comforts for long-term strength. But Seneca warned, "It's not that we have little time, but that we lose much," making each disciplined choice a code rewrite in your mind. Feel the transformation as habits solidify, reprogramming reactivity into resilience, where pain no longer penetrates because you've built the mental walls that laziness could never breach. Now, let the intensity rise with emotional mastery, the fourth step that turns the mind's battlefield into a sanctuary of calm. Marcus Aurelius, in the throes of leadership and loss, practiced detaching from emotions, noting, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed." Picture him in the emperor's hall, facing betrayals with stoic poise, and see yourself in your daily conflicts, perhaps an argument or stress, choosing to respond with intention rather than instinct. It's a deep, introspective battle, this mastery, the dark work of confronting feelings that have long controlled you. But Epictetus's voice cuts through. It's not what happens, but how we look at it. As you reprogram, feel the emotional surge, pain's power waning, replaced by the invincibility of a mind that commands its responses, turning vulnerability into an untouchable core. Finally, as the reprogramming reaches its peak, embrace the fifth pillar, purpose, aligning your mind with virtue to make it truly impervious. Seneca, preparing for his end, found power in living for what matters, writing, "Life is not short, only poorly spent." Imagine him dedicating his days to wisdom and justice, reprogramming pain into purpose, and do the same, infusing your actions with meaning, using past hurts to fuel a greater path. It's demanding, this alignment, the pain of shedding superficial pursuits, but Marcus Aurelius declared, "Be the person you ought to be," making purpose the ultimate code that renders you untouchable. As you integrate it, feel the full transformation, the mind reprogrammed, pain no longer a threat, but a distant echo. In this thunderous outro, let the Stoic reprogramming echo. Awaken to awareness, reframe your trials, enforce discipline, master your emotions, and align with purpose to become truly untouchable. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. They forge your path, their wisdom turning fragility into eternal strength. Feel the goosebumps, the rebirth, as you step into a mind impervious to storms. No more weakness, no more pain's grip. Rise untouchable and free.